guys, welcome back to my channel, or hello and welcome if you are brand new here. My name is Chloe Swift. I'm a professional hairstylist and hair care expert, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to achieve a gorgeous big bouncy blowout using the Dyson Airwrap in under 20 minutes. Yes, that is right, under 20 minutes. I wasn't even sure if it was possible. I literally just did this myself this weekend just gone. I'll insert a little video here. I was super time pressed. Someone was picking me up and I knew I had to be ready at a certain time. My hair was still wet and I was like, oh my god, am I gonna be able to dry it and like look nice before I leave the house? And yes, I did it in just under 20 minutes. So I thought in this tutorial I'm gonna show you exactly what I did, how I did it. So that's using the Dyson Airwrap and also pin curling the hair, so a full-on pin curled blowout in under 20 minutes. I think you guys are gonna love this video, so yeah, let's get into it. So it goes without saying, but if you are trying to do something in under 20 minutes or around that sort of time, you're really pressed for time, my best tip would be have everything ready. So here I've literally got everything ready. I've got my little silver pins ready, what I'm going to pin curl the hair with. I've got my sectioning clips, my brush, my Dyson Airwrap ID is ready to go. I've got the attachments ready and all my products are ready to use. Now what I will do, I'm going to pause kind of my timer so I can actually talk you guys through the process a little bit. I'll talk through all the products, but then I'm going to start the timer and actually record and show you how long it takes when I'm actually then going through and doing the process. And this is the hair that I'm working with today. It has gone super frizzy. I look like Hagrid at the moment. Like, what has gone on? I washed it a good few hours ago. Whilst I've just been doing some other bits, it's literally just air dried in this weather. So only to make it fair, I am going to wet it back down again. This is literally just water. And then I'll talk you through all of the styling products before I apply them. The styling products that I'm going to go in with, and I'm going to use them in this order. First up, there's a heat protection spray. This is the Schwarzkopf Osis Flatliner Heat Protection. I literally just feel like it's such an easy, lightweight heat protection spray, and it kind of helps just to slightly smooth the hair as well. And that's just my priming base. Next up, I'm then going to apply the Virtue Flourish. This is a thickening blow dry cream. I just love doing this for any kind of bouncy blow dry. I just feel like it plumps the hair and it slightly thickens up the ends. You know, when you just don't want those kind of scraggly looking fine ends. And this also contains heat protection. Then I'm going in with my favorite ever hair oil. It's the Kerastase Elixir or Team. 2 pumps of this one to really nourish and hydrate the hair and give it that nice silky shine. And in the roots, I'm going to apply the Maria Neela volume spray. This gets sprayed in the roots all over to really give the roots that volume and that lift. It's so good. So without further ado, I'm going to set my stopwatch and then apply all of these products. Let's go. Timer's still going. I'm just going to brush all those products through. Okay, just stop my timer there. This is the Manta hairbrush that I'm using, by the way, guys. I'm obsessed with these brushes. I did have one before and I think I've used it in a couple other YouTube videos, and then I left it somewhere, so I lost it. And yeah, they've recently sent me some new ones. They're so fine and so lightweight. I just love you kind of pop them in your finger like that. I think they're super easy to keep in your handbag, but yeah, loving brushing all my hair through with these ones lately. So just wanted to stop the timer anyway to tell you that, and also just tell you about the attachment. So the attachment we're going to be using today is the big chunky curling wand attachment. But before we do that, because now you can see the hair is really wet, we want to take out a lot of that moisture because you only want to be popping shape into the hair when the hair's already like 80% dry. So we're going to go in with this. I'm sure this one's called the flyaway attachment. It's not the fast drying one. And if you've watched my videos, you might have heard me say this before, but this is actually the fast drying one. I much prefer to use this one because this one, it does dry the hair really fast, but it kind of, for my hair, as you can see at the start of this video, it's very frizz prone. This makes my hair a bit too frizzy and flyaway, whereas this one, because the air literally comes straight out of there, it's so powerful, but it's so much more direct and it really smooths my hair. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna restart my timer, and we're going in. Also like to use the Airwrap on like a medium heat setting at this point, just to like gently warm up the hair. And then yeah, I'll turn on my Airwrap. I'll do it on, let's go high speed because we're in a rush. So we're going to go high speed, and I'll turn my timer back on again and dry it out, especially focusing at the roots. So we want to get all of that excess moisture out of the roots. turn my timer off again. Really don't underestimate this step. You can see how much moisture I've taken out of the hair. Don't worry, because your hair will definitely be looking frizzy at this point because you've literally just like rough dried it. Take out as much wetness as you can, because you'll feel like that is actually what's taking you just way longer to actually style and like dry your hair when you're using the air wrap, if it's just taking so long to then dry each section. So yeah, definitely make sure you've taken out plenty of moisture, just so your hair is at that like 20% level of dampness. Could even be like 15, maybe even 10%. It depends how kind of frizzy and fluffy your hair is. I like to leave it like at least 20% on my hair, because if you do have frizz, you still need that level of moisture to really just tame the frizz and tackle the frizz. So what I'm going to do next, I'll reset my timer again. I'm going to detangle all of my hair just to make sure it's really nice and smooth. I'm going to pop in my first section. So I'm going to take my first section, level with the tops of the ears, using my Dyson section clip, just clip all of that out of the way. Pop on then the curling wand attachment, and then I'm going to do my first curl this side, first curl this side, and then the real key tip with just making this be super quick and super speedy, you keep the curl there from the air wrap, you slide the air wrap out, and the barrel curl is already there, and then you literally just pin it. That is the key tip. We're not doing any cool shot or anything like that, because it's in our advantage to leave the hair nice and warm in that pin curl, in that barrel curl. The heat is still going to continue to mold that really nice round voluminous shape. So I'm going to set my timer again and then just crack on, and you can watch the next steps. Pause that again. On these points, I'm doing everything on the air wrap full heat and then full speed, and it does feel really nice and hot. I just like to kind of place my hand around here and just feel if that hair's dry. If the hair's dry and nice and warm, perfect, we can move on. So I'm kind of counting in my head on my sections and the sections I'm taking about 12 well, they're not really full seconds, because I'm literally just counting to 12. So I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4. So obviously that's way quicker than a second. Let's say it might be like 6 to 8 proper seconds I'm actually holding each section on the hair for. And then literally all I do, I turn off air wrap, and then it's just already in. That's just the advantage of using this curling barrel. It's already in the perfect curl shape to then just drop it, you catch it, have your clips ready, you just literally slip the clips in. Super easy. I mean, super easy once you know how, and once you've kind of had a few trial and errors and practice with it, but like they are in just solidly, they're not moving. And as I say, like just that heat now, it's still continuing to set, and like being set in this shape in the heat is just continuing to make it nice and round and curly and bouncy. Next section, I haven't started my timer yet, but I'll just talk you through. So again, we're just going to take maybe about 3 inches up, working in quite chunky sections here, almost like where your hairline comes out a little bit here is going to be my next section. So again, I'm just going to use my fingers, draw a line to the back, twist, clip the rest up, and again, I'm literally just going to work in this in 2 big sections, bringing these both round to the front. Let's go. Again, we are on now 7 minutes 22, but as you can see, we've taken really big sections. We're pretty much halfway up the head already. Let me just show you what the back's looking like. So I've literally just got 2 there and then 2 here. So these have been pulled round to the front. Next section up, that's where things are going to start changing, because your head does get wider as you work up. So we do need to start involving a back section now. So next section I'll take up, I'm probably going to go to like recession points. That's where your hair like recedes the furthest back. I'm going to have one side one, and now one back one. And also like a key tip, I would also say if you're just wanting to work through this super speedily, because obviously we're having to change whether we're left or right. This side we want the curls going left away from the face, this side we want to go right away from the face. But what I will say on my last section, my first one's underneath here, I ended up with the curling wand, it was still pointing that way. So then on my next section I make sure I actually start with that one, just because it's already on these settings to curl that way. And then because my last one, I have just moved it now, but yeah, my last one was pointing that way, so then on my next section's moving up, I'll start again on that side. You're just removing that extra step of like just switching this back, even though that doesn't take long at all, but I'm doing everything for like super speedy tips here. Let me start our timer again and I'll show you the next section. Pause that timer again. We're cutting it fine, guys. We're almost at 9:49. So yeah, the good thing also with then finishing on that side, so I finished with the arrows pointing to the right. My most dominant hand is my right hand. Then with my right hand, I do always like to do all of the top with the Airwrap holding in my right hand. So now I didn't have to change the direction of that back one. And that's actually really, someone did ask me that question on one of my videos the other day. They said for doing these top ones, which setting do you need it on and which hand are you holding it in? So yeah, I do right and then pointing to the right if you want it to go backwards. So now all of these, we're kind of at this really easy section on the top where we've got like a horseshoe section now. So I'm literally just going to take my sections horizontally. I think I've probably got space for 3, and we're literally just going to do all of these backwards. And I don't know if you noticed with that last section actually, with these top ones, I kind of prefer almost just to wrap them round. I think because the roots are just quite thick on the top, I just want to make sure I'm really starting at the root and getting that root area drying quicker rather than letting the end wrap and then kind of pushing it back down. And even on the sides, I don't know if you noticed, I prefer to kind of pop it round like midway point, then let the ends wrap around. It allows me to get it up to the root kind of sooner rather than putting it all the way to the ends, then kind of pushing it up. I just prefer doing it. Also, I just feel like you get less flyaways and it's just kind of a smoother result that way. So yeah, all of these top ones, I'm going to be popping it at the root and then wrapping it round almost like a curling wand, but obviously you've still got that suctioning power. It is still sucking the ends in, which just makes it so much easier. Timer back on. We are almost at 10 minutes. But honestly, guys, we actually don't have too much more to do, so I'm not too worried just yet. Let's see how we get on. Guys, not doing too bad for time. 12:36. Oh, actually, I can't do anything until the time is rolling, but I'll explain what we're going to do. We're going to take this curling head off, and then I'm literally just going to use the Airwrap just on its own, and then cool shot all of this. So yeah, I'm just going to turn this down all the way to the low temperature, just that blue cold one, turn that all the way down, take this head off, and then just on the very low speed as well. Then I'm just going to kind of dry all of these areas to further set, because obviously it's kind of pointless taking these out if they're still warm, because then it's still malleable, the curl's kind of going to drop out. We want to just cool shot them and set them before we can take the pins out. So let's go. So I'd say I definitely took a good minute there cooling all of those down and taking them out. And then one product I didn't have ready was my hairspray. So I've just grabbed my hairspray. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infinium hairspray. I've not applied any hairspray so far, obviously, as you've seen. But what we're going to do now is take the pin curls out. So we want to start taking the pins out from the bottom, so where we first applied them. And then each pin I'm going to take out and then going to spray with some hairspray. So I'm going to just hairspray each pin curl as that falls out. my God, look at the bounce on that. So we are now 15 minutes, 25 seconds. I mean, I've got almost 5 minutes to dress this out, which I absolutely don't need, but I'm still going to try and get this done in the best time possible. So let me just talk you through the dressing out stage. I just need my oil. So all we're going to do now, because obviously we've got so much hairspray on these curls, although this is a really nice light hairspray, so they're not feeling heavy or weighed down. I literally look ridiculous at the moment. I look a bit like a Shakespeare character or something like that. Or no, I look like the lion from like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Oh, something like that. So anyway, we definitely need to dress these curls out. But I like to go through with oil first of all, because we want to break up kind of the slight crisp and cast from the hairspray. So 1 pump of oil, I'm going to rake all my fingers through. I like to do all of that first of all, and then I might take a wide tooth comb through. Let me actually just get one of those ready. Oh, actually I can use the one that comes in the Dyson box. So that's on the side ready in case I need to use it. But yeah, I like to just go through with fingers first of all, because I guess the idea is with all of this volume and bounce you put in the hair, you really want to keep it. You don't really want to be brushing it out too much. And depending on different hair types, like some hair types, if you brush this out, then it might just fall out a bit too much. So we're going to go in with fingers first of all. We'll set our timer. Let's go. Guys, we're pretty much there. So I'm just going to pop even more oil. I do love to pop a lot of oil in my ends. I just love still that feeling of really nice, soft, nourished ends. My timer is still rolling, by the way. We're on 17 minutes 25 seconds. And then at this point, you literally, all you want to do is just find where, because we've just blow dried all of this backwards, literally just find where your hair wants to fall and where kind of looks best. Okay, shall we stop the timer? Do we think it's acceptable to stop the timer now? Because honestly, I could do this for ages. But remember, we're supposed to be in a rush today. If you feel like your hair is still a bit too curly after this stage, which to be honest, I never hear anyone say that. It's usually me who says that about my own hair. Then you can obviously, yeah, take your wide tooth comb out the hair and dress it out a bit further if you feel like you need to. And then, hang on, I will start my timer again because I will do one more step, which is just the hairspray on these flyaways. Okay, just going to start my timer again, but this final step, just want to take my hairspray. And then, don't know if you can see those on camera, but I do just have little sticky uppy hairs here, just these little flyaways at the top that I just want to secure down. And yeah, completely up to you. I do just like to, if I've got a bit of volume in there, I just like to hairspray that. But to be honest, I don't actually then hairspray the rest. I do just like to leave it. Timer off. I think, guys, we can call that a success. 18 minutes, 14 seconds to do a full from wet Dyson Airwrap Bouncy blow dry, and not only just that, but pin curling it all as well. As I say, I discovered this routine kind of by accident at the weekend because I was in such a rush, and now when I want a bouncy blow dry with my Airwrap, this is gonna be my go-to. So honestly, girls, I highly recommend when you've removed that hair out of the curling wand, literally just try and slip it off so it still stays in that perfect barrel curl. Because I think where you waste time with the pin curling and the barrel curl, you've got to like wrap it back up again, then get the pin in. Have all your products ready. I think probably the biggest tip and why it comes out so well, I think the best thing is actually leaving them hot in the barrel curls, and then at the end you literally just take this off and just using the Airwrap just like that, literally blast all of them cool until they're all nice and cold. And as soon as they're cold, basically, you can take all your pins out. Oh, let me just show you what it looks like at the back. Super bouncy. And also, I cannot tell you, when I did this at the weekend, I got so many compliments. Honestly, I don't think I've got that many compliments on my hair, but obviously it just looks like you have made such an effort. I think that's just the main thing. People look at you and think they're like, wow, like you've made an effort with your hair today. And little did they know, it took us 18 minutes and we were in a super rush. And the best part, it holds and it stays in your hair because we've set it from wet to dry. So yeah, it lasted me perfectly the next day. It was just obviously just a little bit looser. I do sleep with the silk bonnet on just to try and keep that shape in place. So next day it was still perfect. I just popped a little touch more oil into the ends again. If your hair's a bit more dry and porous like me, you probably would need to do that or feel like you wanted to do that. I didn't brush it the next day, literally just, yeah, raked my fingers through it a little bit. And then on day 3, I just wore it up in a nice little twisted clip up. Lasted me for 3 days. So there you go, guys. A Dyson Airwrap Bouncy Blow Dry with pin curls in literally just 18 minutes. So under 20 minutes. This is an amazing tutorial for those of you who are always in a rush like me, or you know, you just want quicker, faster tips and tricks how to style your hair because you just get fed up with styling it. If so, this tutorial is for you. If you like this video, if you learned anything new, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up below, and also subscribe because I bring you videos like this every single week. And if you do subscribe, I'll be seeing you next week for another one of my videos. Bye guys.